Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to this absolutely glorious day in July 2021. I'm Angie, and I'm going to be recording today's session here, enjoying the sunshine in this lovely little courtyard at my home, which is also the home of Wirral Therapy Services. Enjoy. Hi, I'm Angie Irving, a clinical naturopathic holistic health and wellness consultant, therapist and therapy training lecturer. I own Wirral Therapy Services for Optimum Health, Wellness and Aesthetics, which I run from the Cosy Sanctuary at Priory Cottage in Upton, here in the northwest of England. I have 24 years passionate experience in learning about, promoting, practicing and teaching community-based health and wellness services. I believe in the principle that wellness is in our own hands, and in my practice, I lead from the viewpoint of a foundational set of values and mindset of taking individual self-responsibility and acknowledging collective oneness that fosters empowering others' belief in themselves, a sense of self-love and care for everything around them, both in their private and business lives. When we take this approach to our lives, we can achieve great success that ripples outwards, from looking after ourselves well and being the best that we can be, to becoming leaders by example, facilitating others to find and shine the light within themselves and developing relationships, whether interpersonally or in business, such as networking and growing conscious entrepreneurship, seeing the value in socio-cultural and economic expansion more than growth, amassing better primarily rather than more. I'm really fortunate and excited to have been chosen to receive government funding from the COVID Relief Lottery Community Fund Scheme to support the local Wirral community and wider audience with health and wellness at this time and beyond. To this end, I am founder of Wirral Therapy Services Community Support Limited World Wide Web Holistic Wellness Club, a not-for-profit social enterprise company and project. Through collaboration with a company called Merseyside Community Training, it's thanks to this funding that I've been at the opportunity to run a 6-week block of wellness sessions with young entrepreneurs specifically to help them enrich their career journey. However, as I say, this course is accessible and beneficial to all. You might notice a slant towards entrepreneurship and development of career. Skip ahead now to 6 minutes in to avoid the section that's only relevant to Merseyside Community Training entrepreneurs. Okay, so housekeeping. Now this first session is being run remotely. But going forward for the rest of the sessions that will be face-to-face, subject to restrictions lifted, then housekeeping is an important topic to quickly cover. During our sessions, I aim to provide you with a healthy and safe environment and ask you for your cooperation by reading and complying with these notes. A copy of the health and safety policy at Merseyside Community Training should be available for viewing, so just ask them for that. They will be able to advise you regarding emergencies, but as standard, obviously never obstruct an exit route or wedge a fire door open. Keep your belongings tucked away, and if you do discover a fire, sound the alarm by breaking the glass of the nearest fire point. Ask MCT where that is. Please follow any directions that are given to you by your host or fire wardens at MCT. Leave the building quietly and calmly in the event of an evacuation, and do leave your belongings. Don't try to stop to take anything with you. Make your way out of the room and vacate the building to the assembly point. If possible, close windows and doors behind you. But never attempt to fight a fire unless it is safe to do so, or return to the building until you've been given the all clear. Regarding toilet facilities, hopefully you all know where those are at MCT, but just to let you know, you do not need to ask to go to the toilet. Just be polite and just leave quietly, please. You're requested to bring a bottle of water into the sessions. It's really important to keep hydrated to help keep you awake, help your body stay healthy during the sessions. But please do not eat during the sessions. We can have a break whenever we need to. This is your session, so we can have some flexibility as to when we stop for breaks. And at the end of the session, please do leave the room as you would expect to find it. Smoking policy, basically, obviously don't smoke in the building. First aid and accidents. Member of staff should ensure any incident is recorded in the accident book. That would be here at MCT. With regards to Wirral Therapy Services and the sessions that I'm running for you, my specific respect code is that you please switch off your mobile phones or at least have them on silent. If you do need to check for important communication with anybody or make a pressing call, then please leave the room to do so. That's absolutely fine. You need to leave the room for any reason. It's not a problem, but just be polite about it. If you're late to a session, you could be asked to wait outside the room if it was inconvenient and you were going to come in and disrupt everybody. Do contribute to our discussions proactively, because the more you involve yourself in the sessions, the more you're going to get out of them. Also value the contributions of others and listen attentively. So let's make the most of it and let's enjoy these sessions. For you young entrepreneurs, the goals of the Holistic Wellness Workshops are to signpost you to Wirral Therapy Services www Holistic Wellness Club if you haven't already signed up, and you're invited to access a range of wellbeing supporting resources. These are all funded by the National Lottery Community Fund. These sessions are going to provide an opportunity for social interaction and community wellbeing and networking with each other, all of whom I hope are like-minded, health-conscious and health-desiring people, and you've got entrepreneurial vision. So it's great to communicate with each other. We're going to develop an understanding of how designing your life holistically can support your health and wellness, both in your personal and business life. And we're going to develop and practice a range of self-care skills with which you can build a personal wellness toolbox in order to make positive changes that impact, restore and maintain health and wellness long term, underpinning your success by helping you to manage stress with an attitude of challenge, not anxiety. This is really important at the moment. So many people are suffering with anxiety now more than ever with what's been going on over the last 18 months or so. The outcomes of this first session is that you will be a member of the free Wirral's World Wide Web Holistic Wellness Club. You will have interacted in a comfortable, chilled out way with others. This first session is an online recorded session, so less so than when we're able to do face-to-face sessions. You develop an understanding of how designing your lifestyle holistically can support your health and wellness, both in your personal and work life. And you'll be able to identify aspects of your whole life that are not serving your optimum success, happiness and wellness, and reconsider and redress those issues so that you can work on diminishing barriers to your progress. So let's just quickly run through how you can access the website, the free wellness club on there, and the holistic health talk, which will go into some of what we're covering today in more depth. So if you go onto Wirral Therapy website, it's wirraltherapyservices.co.uk, and if you click on the pink button in the top right hand corner, you're able to sign up to the club just by putting your email address and giving yourself a password. That's literally all you need. And once you are logged in to the Wellness Club, you can access the holistic approach to health and wellness attainment and maintenance, which goes through the holistic approach in more detail. That's at wirraltherapyservices.co.uk. So I'll quickly introduce myself. This is my treatment room in Upton in Priory Cottage, and it's a lovely cosy place. I've been a practicing therapist for many years now. Alongside hands-on therapies, I'm a nutritional therapist. I support people with a range of health needs, whether they just want to improve their nutritional status a little bit, whether they have disorders such as obesity, diabetes, cardiovascular disease, cancer, a whole range of needs that people have with spina bifida. And I support all of these people both through hands-on therapy but also through making positive nutritional changes as well. I'm keen on nature and I love nothing more than getting out into nature. I think it's massive for helping boost our wellness and I encourage everybody to get out in nature. Most important to me are my mum and my daughter, and I spend a lot of time out in nature with my family, going for hikes, spending time with my godson, and just generally going for walks, going for runs. I love to sail. I am a day skipper. One of my visions is to run wellness retreats whilst sailing around the Med on a catamaran. So look out for that in the future. I am a keen dancer. I like salsa and modern jive and love getting on the dance floor when I can. Again, something that has been restricted this last year, so I just have to dance around the kitchen with some music on right now. And my other biggest love is my little doggy friends that I spend a lot of my time with. So I'd like you to consider now, I have a life that I absolutely love. I'm in a job that I love, that I can't even really call a job. Supporting other people with their wellness gives me a massive sense of satisfaction. Teaching other people to be wellness therapists is also hugely satisfying. And I also do all of the things that I love with my social time as well. So I want you to think, now, when are you happiest? And what do you love doing most? What makes you feel most peaceful and most joyful? And what would you do tomorrow if it was your last day and absolutely nothing, not time, not money, not circumstances, nothing could hold you back? Just pause this video for a moment and have a little think about what you would do and what makes you the happiest. So, why holistic life design and wellness? And what has it got to do with those of you who are being entrepreneurs? I want you to have a think about this. Don't say anything. Just again, maybe pause the video, have a little think, maybe make some quick notes. Those of you who are doing the face-to-face wellness sessions with me, why do you think Merseyside Community Training have decided to make these enrichment sessions available to you? Why do you think it is important and beneficial to nurture your personal wellness for your job, work, business and entrepreneurship? Why is holistic life design and wellness beneficial, in fact perhaps imperative for anybody, whatever their circumstances? Have you had an idea? Well, let's think about it. As one of the local Wirral entrepreneurs and business leader support coaches from Thrive Life and Business, Nikki Cross says, you are the most valuable asset in your business. Invest accordingly. We have to have the right mindset and wellness to be present in our life and reach our potential. This gives us a firm foundation on which to build success, both in our personal and business life. Some little quotes for you. Dreams become goals when you believe in yourself. So just having a dream isn't enough. You have to believe that you can achieve that dream. Change your thoughts, change your life. Thoughts become things. If we can make our thoughts more positive, our life immediately becomes better for us because we're perceiving it in a more positive life. And that then means that you are sending out vibration into the universe that bounces back to you tenfold. So the more positive you are right now, whatever your circumstances, the more positivity you are going to attract into your life. Essentially, if we've got great wellness, this impacts positively on our success. So that is why holistic life design and wellness, particularly for entrepreneurs. So what do we mean by holistic health and wellness? What are the elements of holistic health and wellness? Well, we can consider that there are 6 crucial elements of overall wellness: our physical health and wellness, our emotional health and wellness, spiritual, intellectual, sense of self, and perspective. When all 6 of these are in balance and harmony, we're going to have overall wellness. I've used the Venn diagram there to illustrate how each of these aspects or elements of health and wellness all interlink with one another. So if one of them isn't 100%, it will have a knock-on effect like dominoes on all of the others. When each of these areas are fantastic, overall we are going to be fantastic. On the other hand, when there is disharmony in one of these elements, it knocks the whole thing out, as you can see there, and this leads to distress. Achieving harmony and health in a holistic way. Well, at Wirral Therapy Services, the mission is to help others to improve the key aspects of health for themselves, physically, emotionally, mentally and spiritually, through providing opportunities for learning and implementation of a variety of techniques and skills, and participation in helpful activities, services and self-care. Wirral Therapy Services Club resources do this through provision of physical exercise practices such as basic yoga, breathing practices, positive affirmations, self-help worksheets, nourishing nutritional advice that you can find on there, certified introductory therapy training sessions covering topics such as aromatherapy, reflexology, herb and flower botany, hands-on body therapy provisions such as massage modalities including Swedish, Ayurvedic, lymphatic and myofascial massage, men's health podcast videos, and through small group meetups, whether face-to-face or live video as allowed. And also we do run local walks, hikes, jogs and runs for people's different levels of ability. So there's loads going on with Wirral Therapy Services, and I really encourage you to sign up to some of what's going on and immerse yourself in the opportunities that are available for improving your health and wellness. At Wirral Therapy Services, I focus on a natural approach to health that reclaims individual autonomy and sovereignty. And with over 20 years experience in the field of health, as both a student, myself, practitioner and lecturer, I'm well placed to support you in achieving optimum health and well-being with science and research-led approaches of using ancient Eastern philosophies of knowledge that is both alternative to and complementary with mainstream medicine. The resources that I will share with you over the 6 sessions will provide you with a toolbox with which you will dip into to heal the under-functioning areas of your life and redesign it to be in better harmony with your desires. My personal goal is to be happy, healthy, strong, live a sustainable lifestyle that is in respectful, harmonious contact with the environment and nature, animals and flora and fauna, and I want to be proud of my life. And my vision is to help as many people as possible to reach a similar goal. We get a deterioration in our overall wellness, leading to disharmony, disease and distress. If we suffer a physical malady, it might be an accident that leaves you with a broken leg. If you've got to sit at home for 6 weeks, that can have a knock-on effect on your emotional state. Spiritual emptiness, emotional upset, social isolation, intellectual deprivation, self-sense inadequacy, so a sense that you're not good enough, and also perspective negativity, so your outlook on the world. If we starve, expire, idle, contract, react, abort, retain, and labour, these are all negative things that lead to an overall deterioration, rather than, as with the previous slide, we need to actually feed ourselves, respire, we need to breathe life, we need to exercise, and that's both physically and emotionally. Expand, respond, reproduce, that's being creative in some way, excrete and rest. When we are looking after all of those aspects, then we achieve that harmony. But otherwise, what we're doing is poisoning ourselves, neglecting ourselves, and damaging ourselves. When we nourish, nurture, and renew ourselves through looking after our well-being, this is what I call holistic life design planning. So we've learned a little bit now about what a holistic life design looks like and the kinds of activities and skills that you might want to engage in and develop can help you achieve and maintain overall wellness. So perhaps pause this video now, go off, nip to the loo, make yourself a quick drink, stretch your legs, all part of keeping well, and let's have a quick break and then just resume when you're ready to. Okay, welcome back. So we've talked about the aspects of wellness and mentioned that we start to deteriorate if we have some form of disharmony, disease and distress. But what are the factors that affect our wellness? Well, the economic structure can affect us, the social climate that we're in, cultural climate. We might have some genetic predisposition to some conditions of health perhaps. Environmental health impacts upon us, so pollutants, etc., and also the lifestyle choices that we make. So just pause the video now and have a think for a few minutes of examples of factors that affect wellness. Resume the video when you're ready. Okay, so what thoughts did you have? What did you come up with? You'll have your own ideas, and some of them might be on here now. So, for example, a factor of the economy that affects your wellness might be your income. I'm sure you can think of how income can affect your wellness. If you've got plenty of money, you might be able to afford a personal trainer. You might be able to afford organic food produce, whereas perhaps you can't afford those things if you've got a lower income. The economy situation, income might affect, for example, where you live. So where you live might then in turn affect the kind of services in your area or the level of crime in your area. So they're not isolated either. The various factors interrelate with one another. Your income again might affect your lifestyle, which, as it says there, might impact how much or your ability to exercise. However, conversely, it might be that you are on 100 grand a year in a very high pressured job, and so perhaps your lifestyle has completely gone out of the window and you don't have any work-life balance because maybe you're working really hard to achieve that fantastic wage. We need to have a balance. The income, of course, can affect many things. So the environment, again, as mentioned, the air quality, green spaces, and they might be better in areas where there is more expensive housing. For example, considering the air quality, take a look at this 2018 online infogram that shows the areas of particulate matter as distributed around the country. And you can see there that the north of England has a very high level of fine particulate matter. That is basically air pollution, and also areas around London. A cross-cutting theme here might be education. Your level of education might influence your potential future income. On the other hand, the particular society or culture that you live within might influence the kind of education you receive. Similarly, society and culture can be very closely interlinked because they might influence the networking opportunities that you have. So, for example, some places might have a high level or rate of infectious disorders that they pass around each other because they live in close proximity with each other, but perhaps mentally they might be very close to one another on a social level, and this helps their mental health be good. On the other hand, your education doesn't automatically lead to improvements in your wellness. In fact, studies show that the level of knowledge that you have doesn't necessarily alter your attitude and lead to positive wellness actions. So, for example, it's actually quite heavily marketed to all walks of life through the media on the telly that eating fast food, junk food, takeaway, etc., drinking too much alcohol isn't going to be good for your weight. However, knowing that doesn't necessarily automatically influence people to eat better. There are other influences, you see, such as the environment that you're in. If we're still then surrounded by pubs, takeaway shops and fast food restaurants, then that is going to have a draw, it's going to have a pull on us, influencing what our actual actions are. And the fact is that from your physical round to your social and round to your perspective well-being, all aspects of well-being, despite the external circumstances, can all be supported in easy ways in which you can help yourself. For example, learning some breathing techniques and to do some affirmations every morning and going for a run or a walk costs you absolutely nothing. Lifestyle choices and your perspective actually are the bigger influences on your overall well-being. So it's actually working on yourself, your perspective and your sense of self that is going to have the biggest influence. So yes, the economic structure, the social climate, cultural climate, genetic predisposition and environmental health might seem to be external factors that might be out of your control, but you can still make lifestyle choices, and any improvement to your lifestyle is always going to have a very positive impact on your wellness. In fact, Mary Morrissey, who is really big in the positivity for fulfilling your dreams business, says everyone encounters challenging circumstances in life. It is up to us to determine whether those circumstances will master us or if we'll turn those obstacles into opportunities for blessings and growth. How right she is. You are stronger than your circumstances. The sooner you take back your power and take responsibility for yourself and start making steps in the right direction, then the better. You really can influence your life and how it progresses. So I want you to have a little think now. What could hold you back? What are the circumstances, whether external or internal in your own mind or in your own body? What could hold you back from achieving your happiness, your wellness and success? What might be your personal biggest barriers? Have a little think about that. Just pause this video and take a few minutes and come back to me when you're ready. Okay, whatever you've come up with, the barriers that you have that are personal to you in holding you back, I can't change all those limitations for you. And some of you may have many limiting factors, but you can change them one at a time. Keep moving forward, stay positive, and employ daily and weekly self-care rituals that can help your wellness and have an overall positive impact on every area of your life, including your lifestyle and your work. Okay, so we're saying that you influence your life despite external factors. I want you to have a think now of some of the key supportive factors that I mentioned earlier that Wirral Therapy Services can help you with, such as diaphragmatic breathing, guided relaxation, affirmations, etc. Pause this video now and do a quick table like this. And I want you to identify for each of those supportive factors and other factors, you've got plenty of space to add your own in there, which of the wellness elements that supportive factor particularly can support you with. So, for example, I've started you off with the first one. Diaphragmatic breathing can really help you to put yourself in a physically good place by improving your breathing, improving your lung functioning. So it's helping you physically with your wellness. But in calming your breathing down, it can also help to alleviate you of perhaps unreasonable, unfounded anxieties and worries that you might have that might build up within you. By calming you down, you can start to look perhaps at things a little bit differently. So we might also tick perspective there and also help you to have a better sense of yourself, because when we do deep breathing exercises, we're really going inwards, so we're really listening to our own body. We're communicating with the physical body through the mind. Instead of being so busy all the time, we just quiet ourselves and then we're listening to our body. So we're listening to our breathing, and that can really give us an improved sense of self. Calming the body through diaphragmatic breathing, of course, can help to calm you down emotionally. And if you perhaps then lead into a meditative state, might even help you spiritually. And I suppose actually, when we bring all of those things together, if we're in a better physical state and we've got a better sense of self, spiritual and emotional wellness, it's actually going to help us interact with other people better. So you could even argue that diaphragmatic breathing long term can help you in social situations. And actually, of course, doing diaphragmatic breathing at times where perhaps you are under stress, maybe dealing with an uncomfortable confrontation, perhaps with a boss or something like that. If we can breathe long and deep, it can help us deal with those social situations. And also there's evidence that suggests that obviously if we are breathing more correctly and deeply into the diaphragm, then we are getting oxygen flowing around our bodies, and that is going to support our brain health. So why not? Diaphragmatic breathing can help your intellectual health. So take a few moments now to look at key supportive factors. You can add your own if you like, and consider how that supportive factor helps some or all perhaps of the wellness elements, and come back when you've had a think about it. Okay, so you've had a little think about that, and you might have added your own supportive factors as well. Perhaps you considered that positive career progress, maybe a pay rise or having a job or a job that you enjoy might be a supportive factor in your wellness. Exercise is going to support your wellness. Other key supportive factors that you might have come up with might be enjoying hobbies, having a massage, meeting up with friends or family, going on a holiday, having a date night, volunteering, studying. Any of these things might be key supportive factors, aspects that you can incorporate into your life that will support your wellness in different ways, whether helping to improve your perspective, your sense of self, your physical, spiritual, emotional, social and intellectual health. What you might have wondered here whilst doing this activity is, are these key supportive factors the cause or the effect of the wellness element? And for some of them, it can be both. So we can get into vicious downward spirals, can't we? So if we stop doing our supportive health activities, if we get out of routine, if we stop eating well, if we stop doing our affirmations, stop exercising, stop meeting up with people, that is going to have a negative effect on our wellness. But similarly, once wellness has already slipped into a negative state, it can perhaps mean that we are less inclined to continue our positive activities. We can't be bothered doing guided relaxation and affirmations. We start eating poorly because our wellness is already bad and we're comfort eating. We stop seeing people because now we feel fat. And if you are on that negative downward spiral, then something has to happen to make you decide to make a small change towards positivity, and that will have a knock-on effect of enhancing wellness. But you do have to sometimes just pick yourself up off the ground and get on with it. So now let's have a think about, how would you define wellness for yourself? Because it might be different for everybody. How would you define success for yourself? You know, if we think about every day being a brand new day, every day is a new opportunity, another chance, a new beginning. And, you know, every day is an opportunity to be embraced. So again, if you are in a bit of a downward spiral, if you are struggling with some social anxiety right now or feeling really stressed about circumstances, don't beat yourself up about it. If you're a little bit depressed, a little bit down, if today hasn't been a very successful day for you, if something external got in the way, something got cancelled and it was completely out of your control, but it's really thrown you out of kilter, or if you haven't achieved as much as you would like to do that day, it's okay to just say, okay, I'm not feeling great today, but tomorrow is a new day. Give yourself a bit of a break and then wake up tomorrow and decide. It's literally a decision. Make a decision. Today, I'm going to have a good day. Action planning, scheduling, and holistically designing your time your way using progress tools and self-care strategies can help you achieve your optimum life towards living a life you love. Over the next 5 sessions, we will develop self-care strategies that, with consistent timetabling, can help secure strong personal foundations upon which to live your best life ever, see the good in every day, and strive eagerly towards fulfilling your dreams and potential whilst maintaining vibrant health and wellness. For now, again, pause this video and take 5 minutes to think about what your dream life will be like. I want you to visualize what you will be doing in that life, what your environment will be like, how happy and healthy you will feel. I want you to imagine being in that situation, being in that amazing life, and experience the actual internal sensations that you feel of the joy and happiness of your dream life. I want you to jot down or perhaps doodle an infographic illustrating 2 short, mid and long-term goals that you intend to achieve for yourself. Okay, so just pause this video now, think ahead to your dream life and how it's going to feel, and then jot down in some way some short-term, mid-term and long-term goals that you're going to set for yourself to get you to that dream life. Pause the video now. Okay, so here are some examples, and what you've come up with might look something like this. This is an infographic somebody has just drawn. It's a little bit like the Tree of Life, except there's obviously a religious or Christian theme to it. It's obviously somebody for whom religion or their spirituality is got to be a key part of their wellness. In fact, it says there, Christ-centered life. So their priorities are God first. But off that tree of religious life, they've identified all of the things that they want to embrace in their life, all the things that they want their life to mean to them. One recommendation that I make for you is to use some kind of a daily, weekly and yearly life planner in which you can throw all of your positive ideas, your goals, your actions towards those goals, and how you can make yourself feel great by actually getting it all down on paper and actually writing down your visions and your goals towards achieving the kind of life that you want is really proven to be massively influential on making those dreams happen. I use a particular planner which when we do session 5, I think it is, where we talk about schedule planning, I'll be talking you through the particular planner that I use. Here's another one. This is obviously just done up on a cork board, and their idea of a successful life is going to involve happiness, comfort, success, wellness, health, vacations, family, peace, security, etc. And they've got some images there to motivate them. Susan Jeffers, who has a book called Feel the Fear, and it's feel the fear and do it anyway. This book says that we can chunk our life and put it into sections and make sure that we are looking after each of those sections at some point during every week. Sometimes it might be that each of these sections aren't given an equal status or importance. Sometimes we might need to put family and me time and relationships on hold in order to make a particular career move. So for example, if we've got a career interview coming up, we might need to just push things to one side for a short time. But maybe we remember that, and if we've got this kind of a grid, we recognise that we haven't given to our family, to ourselves, or to relationships because of that interview. So once that interview is over, next week, we're not going to worry about our career. We're actually going to focus on booking in to see friends and family. Here's another way of doing a similar thing, which is like percentages on a pie chart. You might look at that pie chart and think, wow, work 72% of the time, personal time is getting 5%, leisure is getting 5%, family is getting 5%. Now, if you actually went through your life as it is right now and put it in a pie chart, how much time you spend each week on each of these areas, you might notice that actually things aren't getting the proportion of your time that you actually think they should. I think a lot of people's lives probably look very like this pie chart, and we want to redress the balance, don't we? Now, if you're doing a job that you love, work might cross over with your leisure time, because maybe your work you basically consider to be a hobby, like I do. I absolutely love looking after people's wellness. And when I'm researching for my clients, for example, to help them with a particular problem, help them improve their lifestyle, I am loving the research that I'm doing, and that's informing my life, my wellness, and the wellness of my family and people around me. So if we're doing a job that we love, I think that's a big step to getting the work-life balance right. Maybe you might have considered it in this sense. Rather than the things that you're going to be doing, it's more about how you feel and what you're experiencing from those things that you're doing. So are you at the moment leaping out of bed, rested and energized each day? If the answer's no, something's not quite balanced, is it? Are you feeling vibrant and excited for your day? If you're just starting out on a career path, the answer to that should absolutely be yes, yes, yes. You know, are you enjoying deep, satisfying love? If not, right now, maybe that's an area that you need to invest in a little bit more. Okay, so these are just ideas. Right, everybody. Well, we've come up to the end of session 1, where we've looked at what holistic lifestyle is all about and how by introducing self-care strategies, you can help get the balance right, and that in turn can support your progress towards success and happiness in your life. Next time, hoping it's going to be a face-to-face session, and in session 2 we're going to look at the anatomy and physiology of breathing, correct breath techniques and exercises for your health. For now, I'm going to get back to enjoying this absolutely gorgeous day for the rest of the afternoon. I hope to see you next time.